In the sprawling desert expanse of Muharib, where golden sands danced under the shimmering sun and ancient stone structures bore witness to 1,000 secrets, the city's heart pulsed with a tension that could be felt in every corner. Here, amidst a backdrop of bustling bazaars and ancient monuments, two formidable warriors locked eyes, standing toe-to-toe, their intense gazes intertwined in a dance of fury and determination. The very atmosphere crackled with the electricity of their rivalry, a rivalry so profound that even the incessant winds which carved and shaped the desert whispered tales of their conflicts, tales that seemed to be as timeless as the ever-shifting dunes encircling the grand city. Zephyra, a vision of deadly beauty, possessed raven-black hair that flowed like a shadowy river down her back. Her fierce green eyes, reminiscent of the emerald waters of the Eastern Isles from where she hailed, glinted with a challenge. The legend of her blade, Ebenclaw, was whispered in hushed tones in every tavern and inn across the lands. Forged in the roaring fires of ancient dragons and quenched in the mournful tears of elusive sirens, Ebenclaw was no ordinary weapon. Some dared to say it held within its dark steel the very soul of an ancient demon, granting Zephyra power that was feared and revered in equal measure. Standing opposite her, Kalen exuded an aura of raw strength and determination, towering over most with his sun-kissed skin glistening under the desert sun. His shaved head reflected his dedication to the art of war and the desert that had raised him. His weapon of choice, the Sunstrider, bore a history as radiant as its gleam. Forged from the fiery core of a star that fell from the heavens, its golden luminescence was a testament to its origin. It was whispered among the wise that the blade held within its gleaming confines the very essence and fury of the sun, making Kalon a force nearly impossible to reckon with. The two stood, champions of their own destinies, as the city of Muharib held its breath, awaiting the next chapter in this epic tale of rivalry and power. The grand arena of Muharib was an architectural marvel, a testament to the craftsmanship of ages long past. Hewn from the heart of an age-old rock, it towered majestically, its walls bearing the scars of countless battles fought within its confines. Today it was awash with a sea of spectators, a gathering so vast that even the echoing whispers of the stone corridors were drowned in the cacophony of eager voices. The denizens of Muharib, with their insatiable thirst for blood and spectacle, were present in droves, their anticipation palpable, as they awaited what was being heralded as the duel of the ages. But this wasn't a mere contest of martial prowess. No, this was a duel steeped in layers of ambition, power, and deep-seated enmity. Zephyra and Kalen, legends in their own right, were not clashing solely for personal honor or vendetta. At stake was the revered title of the Desert's Blade, a mantle that carried with it not just prestige, but an authority that could sway the very sands of Muharib and beyond. The two warriors, in their battle-ready stances, began their deadly waltz. Each step was deliberate, echoing the rhythms of an ancient dance, each a calculated move in this high-stakes game. Their eyes, once windows to shared memories, now shot bolts of pure animosity. Their shared history was nothing short of a saga, one where love, loyalty, treachery, and ambition had intertwined in the most intricate of patterns. Memories of a time when Zephyra had risked everything, plunging herself into the very jaws of death, to rescue Kalen from the malevolent clutches of a dark sorcerer, lingered in the air. Yet that very man, in his insatiable thirst for power, had later turned his back on her, betraying her trust and love for the very title they were both vying for now. The resonating clang of their blades meeting was like the symphony of fate. Sparks, reminiscent of starlit fires, erupted with every clash, illuminating the dim arena. The enchantments embedded within their swords seemed to awaken, each blade almost sentient, pulsating with a hunger for dominance. The ground itself seemed to respond to their intensity, quaking with each powerful strike, each deft parry. And the crowd, they were no mere spectators. With each crescendo of battle, with every breathtaking move, they roared, their emotions surging and ebbing with the tide of the duel, all waiting with bated breath to see who would emerge as the true Desert's Blade. Beneath the visible clash of steel and determination, a more insidious battle raged on, one that wasn't just of two warriors, but of legacies, curses, and trapped spirits that spanned millennia. The swords, Ebenclaw and Sunstrider, were not mere tools of war, they were vessels. Within their gleaming exteriors lay souls of ancient beings locked in an eternal feud. And now, with every movement of Zephyra and Kylon, their vendetta found a new theater. Each strike Zephyra made, each tactical maneuver, was more than just her training. It was the dark guidance of the demon soul within Ebenclaw, its malevolent intent seeping into her actions, pushing her to be more ruthless, more aggressive. Conversely, every time Kylon defended, dodged, or made his move, it was under the protective and righteous anger of Sunstrider's celestial spirit, channeling its ancient power to counter the dark force it had faced for eons. Time seemed to warp around their intense combat, hours melded into moments, the relentless dance of their duel seemingly compressing the passage of time. The sun overhead bore silent testimony to their undying spirit, its own journey across the sky mirroring the ebbs and flows of their battle. Their expressions were a haunting portrayal of sheer resolve, their faces streaked with sweat that mingled with the blood of superficial wounds, each telling a tale of a blow evaded or a cut landed. The sky began painting itself with hues of oranges and purples, signaling the approach of twilight. Just as the crowd thought they were in for a prolonged battle under the stars, Zephyra, tapping into a reserve of energy that seemed to transcend human capability, executed a swift maneuver. With a motion as fluid as water and as swift as the desert wind, she managed to disarm Kylon. Sunstrider, the blade that had been an extension of his very soul, was sent spiraling through the air, only to find itself lodged deep within the cold stones of the arena's wall. A collective gasp, a mixture of awe and disbelief, swept through the spectators. However, the climax that everyone expected didn't follow. Instead of seizing the moment to finish her opponent, Zephyra's strength seemed to betray her. Her legs gave way and she collapsed, the weight of Ebenclaw's dark energy proving too much to bear, causing it to fall silently beside her, as the arena held its breath in stunned silence. Within the heart of Ebenclaw, the demon's insatiable hunger knew no bounds. As Zephyra wielded the blade, the sinister entity within had been steadily leeching her vitality, siphoning off her very essence bit by bit. The sword, while granting her unimaginable power, exacted a grave price. With every swing, every parry, she had unknowingly been offering pieces of her soul to the ravenous demon trapped within the blade. Now, the toll of bearing such malevolent energy was glaringly apparent. Her once vibrant eyes, which earlier radiated with fervor, now dimmed, shadows of exhaustion creeping in. Kylon, though momentarily stunned by the loss of his beloved Sunstrider, quickly assessed the unfolding scenario. Even without his weapon, the fire in his spirit remained unquenched. Noticing the pallor on Zephyra's face and her laborious breathing, he saw an opportunity. In one fluid motion he lunged at her, his intention clear. The arena, already thick with tension, bore witness to a new kind of battle now. Without their enchanted blades, it was a raw and primal confrontation. Muscle against muscle, determination clashing with determination. Their every move was a testament to their years of training and the innate willpower each possessed. They rolled, pushed, and grappled, locked in a fierce contest of sheer physical and mental endurance. Each tried to overpower the other, their breaths ragged and their bodies slick with sweat, their souls bared in this ultimate test of wills. The sands of time and of Muharib witnessed many a duel, but none quite like this. As the twilight draped its purple mantle over the arena, what started as a battle of immense anticipation had transformed into a spectacle of raw human spirit and enduring resilience. Despite their incomparable skill and the supernatural energies driving them, there came a moment when both Zephyra and Kylon's strengths waned. Their breaths became labored, their movements sluggish, their wills tested to their utmost limits. Each attack was countered, every strategy met with equal force, leaving neither with a clear advantage. And so, in an arena that had seen countless victors and the fallen, both warriors, drained of their vigor and bearing the scars of their fierce confrontation, found themselves lying side by side on the cold, hard ground. Their chests heaved, trying to draw breath from air thick with tension. No triumphant cheers, no lamentations of defeat, just a stunned silence from the thousands who had gathered to witness a conclusion that never came. The rivalry between Zephyra and Kylon was of legendary proportions. It was as if the very universe had conspired to make them equals, ensuring that neither darkness would overpower the sun, nor would the sun completely banish the shadows. Their story, like the wind-blown patterns on Muharib's dunes, was ever-changing, evolving, but never reaching a definitive end. The sands of Muharib, ancient and all-knowing, would carry forward this tale, whispering it to future generations. A tale of two warriors whose destinies were inextricably linked by fate, enmity, and enchanted blades with insatiable appetites. The city, in the years that followed, would often look back to that fateful day, remembering the mesmerizing dance of darkness and sunlight, and how both, in their quest for supremacy, were momentarily overshadowed by their own formidable legacies.